Alright, so no, this wasn't it. We used some other thing here for that. It's one of the places it's used that I can think of, and that's over in data system or database for planet names. Okay, so find it's not it either. I know it's somewhere that I've used it. I'm trying to remember where I used it at though. I know I've used it some. Well, actually no, it's over there on the maybe it's over here. Or no, it was over. I don't know. It's in the it's in game in the roulette section. So, substring, that was it. So essentially you have the number, the place to start at, and then the place to go. So the character to start on, and then how many characters you want to use to create a string from that other string. And so what we'll want to do is we'll say 1, 1. Well, no, because there could be 2 as well. And there's also a case where it's if it's king, it has to be something different, or a face card, or an ace. So, but I want to use, it's going to be substring now, for sure. So as you can see, no string temp. What else? Alright, so let's create a few bools. So we'll do a B has ace, B has F card. Alright. So print out cards currently in player hand. Now calculate the value of those cards. So, one thing we need to do though is we need to have if So if it has an ace, we have to consider if the ace is 1 or if it's 11. Else we just do the value. We don't choose. We don't have the player choose what the value of the ace is going to be until after until after the player hits stand or gets 21 or whatever, because the ace can be whatever value you want it to be. It isn't. In other words, it could be 1 at one point and then it could be 11 at another point, or what have you, or vice versa. Can be interchangeably in the future version of blackjack, and I think also in some current versions where the ace doesn't have to be declared right away, or it isn't declared at all. It's just whatever value you want it to be at the time. So that's how it's going to work here. So that's kind of later though. We got to do the more complicated part here, which is calculating it all. So we need to first of all go over here to game. I need to figure out. I think it's scdv10. CSTDlib. Okay, we need to add that first of all. Let's see. Damn it. Lost my place on this. There we go. Let's just copy this over so I have something to use as an example. Our starting point. So, here's the main problem. It can either be okay, here's what we'll do. Again, since this is in the future, I'm taking some massive creative licensing here. Since this is the future, we're going to say, okay, the cards are going to be slightly different. They're not going to be king, queen, whatever. They're going to be, the 10 is not going to be 10, the number 10. It'll be a letter T for 10. And then the king, queen, king will all be with the letters like they are normally. So 10 is now T. And then we'll just do Jack as J, K, Q, and K. Just like that. And this helps us deal with that problem of having more characters on some than others, and then A for ace. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but hey. Against the future, so what the hell. Who's to say that the number 10 won't become T on cards in the future? Just to save space. Okay, so now we got everything equally lined up so we can use 1 as the substring. And that makes things so much easier over here. So, temp equals cards dot sub str 11. Now, here's where we have to do some checking. If temp equals A, then we have to do B has ace equals true. Of course, we have to set them to false up here. I don't know if we need the face card or not. Because we'll just add 10 onto there. We'll add it just in case. We may not use it down here, but we'll use it. So we'll put it there just in case we find a need for it. So is true. And since it's true, we don't add it to the values. So now, if temp equals this is where I would like to have the ability to do multiple values, because then we wouldn't have to do this over and over again. Do a comma value list. Well, maybe we can. Let's go back over here. It's just strange going from this, which is really colorful and all that, to over here looks a little more dried out, more faded out. It's kind of a strange change, but so we have this. Now it has to be or. There has to be an or of that, because this means equals, so we can't have multiple things in the now. So no, that's not going to work. We'll also have to do an or. So if temp equals T, or temp equals J, or temp Q, or So actually, we need to count this in another for loop, don't we? Duh. Now I was forgetting something. I believe you can do it that way. In this case, though, I did actually use that, but we could probably do it this way. And if not, we get an error, we can just switch it back over to this way. It's not that big of a deal. So, so we got that temp. Temp A. Else, if it's not any of those, then we have to do the SS value equals a toy. Temp.cstr. And then SS CT value and of course we need to set the CT to 0 each time. So has ace CT value plus 1 or CT value plus 11. And if not, excuse me, jeez, just CT value. So, hit stand and then count 4. Now in this case, though, we need to do a second one here. if cards dot at I 1 0 I guess we'll say equals but we have to take into consideration the other bits too, don't we? So if cards dot at I dot 0 dot sub str 1 equals cards dot at 1 dot substring 1 count 5 So now we have to do a couple things. First, if p choice equals 4, so if cards dot size, actually no, that's right, it is 2. Count so then we just do nothing else after that. This is if though that's true for both of them. Then we also have to check two different things here. So some will say if so if that's true, then we'll do an else if. Else if p choice equals 4. So we won't do an else if on this one, we'll just be an if because we want to then continue on to check. Well, no, we'll do an else if. We can do an else if here. P choice is less than 0. Actually, less than 1 because we can't do 0. And if p choice is greater than 5, So now, so if the huh. Okay, and that's how I'll have to work with it then. I'll see how that works. So that should do what we need to do though. So if it is 4 or 5 and it passes these 2 tests, then we're good. If it's not 4 or 5, but it's also not less than 1 and not greater than 5, then it's also good. Alright, so that should work. So we'll return it. And continue carrying out the code. So this isn't actually correct. Let's change this to I want to copy this. But we also want to add in the same Huh. Where the hell's the bet menu at? Oh, there it is. So change this to scm BJ bet. So take out that because I don't need it, but we think we need everything else here. So I want that, I want this. I want to replace that, though, with our own code here. What are those two? Let's change this. Lower than or equal to. There's also a grammatical issue. Then should have been then anyway. Alright, that should work. Fairly simple. Keeps those components from the other one, but is dealing with just the bet. Whereas this is what you're going to do. So back over at game. So how do we deal with that on the roulette section here? So P choice. We did use P choice, okay. Well, it couldn't be 0 though, could it? Yeah, no, so we don't actually have to check for 0. But I guess we do anyway. Just in case. Oh, here we go here. So now we just brought it, that's right, we just brought it in and then used that value down here. Gotcha. So essentially, just do this. And that's P choice. So, case 1. So case 1 is a hit. So, hit. Well, we're kind of in a bind here because now we have to do another loop. Because we don't want to do this every single time. So I suppose actually what we could do then is this. Pull this out, put it in front, then do the while loop behind it. So now we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so well, we'll deal with that when we get to it. Essentially, I want to redo this whole thing we did up here, except just use one of them. Actual copy from the players section here. Don't want to do that for sure. So, case 2. So, if that's done at I dot bname so now what we need to do is if now the reason we have to do it this way is because we have to make sure we have the player first in order to figure out what the bet is. So that's why we're doing it this way instead of the opposite way. So chips times 2 is greater than maybe we should, well, no, because we need to know what the actual bet is in order to do that. Question is, what do we do about it now? So I guess the player just not forfeits, but we'll skip that turn and do something on the next one then. Just count. But if you do, then So case 4, that's the split. So I'll need to do another one of these. Alright, so that's all that. Of course, we also have to do stuff for the AI as well. But that is going to be it for now. I want to go do a bunch of recording for Xenosaga and Legend of the Gaia before I get to as you could say, spaced out, so I'm doing this on an all-nighter, so it's gonna be it for now. So, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the videos, if not that at least found them entertaining or educational or whatever. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, we'd appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel. And I will see you next time.